Okay, my friends, so let's go ahead and start that, or start your January reading actually. And the first card is the Two of Wands, and this is all about your work. And this is about someone who's clarifying what they're doing with their job, very much looking forward to ventures taking off, ventures moving forward. The Three of Wands, of course, would be the guy that's, out there by the sea and he's watching his ships go out. The Two of Wands has to do with launching a new career project or awaiting work results. So as you can see, she's in front of this orange door. And to me, this orange door always represents second chakra. So that's about feeling creative, feeling inspired. This is carnelian right here. And these two toads, this is funny. They put funny little animals and insects in this particular deck, but it's very cute actually. So these two little toads are taking off with the wands. So it basically feels like you're wanting things to move forward, Sagittarius, and they will. It's just a little bit of a waiting game, a little bit of a launching a new project, but you haven't seen the results yet or venture. But you know what? It is positive because in this particular card, you can see the wreaths. And wreaths to me always indicate, if you look at the top here, the top of the card on the rooftop, wreaths always indicate success and celebration. And so she's looking out over, over her house and her front yard, and she's watching the toads go, and she's actually waving to them taking off with the two wands. It's a cute card. So launching the project, sending them on their way, seeing how your best laid plans are laid out, maybe, or work out rather. Maybe you're still working on clarification of how you want things to look. I'm seeing the trees in the background on the the right side of the house. And I'm noticing how fall-like they are. Actually, this card has many fall-like colors. So I feel like either you guys have started something this past fall, or you're going to see the results big time of your projects this next fall, which would be September, October, November. Funny, I haven't really noticed that in this card before. That's not come to me, but it does for you all particularly. I am noticing too the windows, and each one is, square, but it's also not perfect either. So there's two things. You don't have to have things perfectly in order for this to launch. It feels like some of you are just going to say, whatever, I'm ready to get my online business going. I'm ready to get my manufacturing plant going. I'm ready to get my hobby into a business. I'm ready to do some more social media. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be thought through enough for you to be able to initiate the action. All right. And so, yeah, the fall is what I'm getting most from this. So some of you, it feels like, and of course this is for Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising. So watch your moon and rising signs as well. But I feel like a lot of you have been in the process of doing some things different, whether it's been your work or your home life. This very well could indicate home. It very well could. She's standing in front of her house. So maybe new home projects, work-related, fixing up, decorating, doing some landscaping, fixing the chimney, that comes up. There's a little bit of a chimney in the background. Repair work. I keep getting landscape and yard work. So it might be that some of you all are sodding or thinking about sodding. I'm really not sure this is the right time of year to be doing that, but at least have plans to do so. All right. And these cards sort of tell a story. This is about launching a project. This Knight of Swords, I mean, he's all about thinking and planning and doing. He's very adventurous young man. The Knight's not always a guy, but it's someone who's younger, who's ready to put their plans in, their thinking, what they've come up with, their outline. That's why I'm saying these cards really play out nicely. This is about creating your work, the thinking, the planning, and moving forward. And then I'll go over the third card in a minute. But this card has to do with swift action, aggressive energy, assertive energy, being self-assured, sudden changes, being ready for those changes. So it might be that whatever venture you're putting forward, and this feels like this could be a family plan too. Maybe you guys have moved. Be ready for some changes. If it doesn't work out exactly like you've thought, again, we don't always know how it's going to work out. So sometimes we can't work on something until it's just perfect, because that may not be how it works out anyway. The results may be completely different. So, excuse me, this skunk is watching him from the side road. And the skunk actually it's a badger. It's about assertiveness and determination. And so, you're feeling that. I can feel that you're feeling that. You're wanting to take action. We are in Mercury retrograde still, so it might be that some of your plans just need a little bit of a pause. I'm getting the word hiccup, and I don't think it's physical hiccups. It could be, but it feels more like that there may be some hiccups that come along. In other words, when you're starting to move forward, then it's like, oh, wow, no, this glitch gets in my way. Some of you that are in the perfume industry or soaps industry, or I'm getting lavender soaps, any of that, that's interesting that comes up. But perfume, what else? Herbal essence, even plants, herbal plants. Medicines. Okay, so this sort of spans the holistic and yet the calm. I don't know. I'm feeling a sense of any of you all that are in the fragrance, soaps, plants, spices, herbs. I know that list is a little bit different, from beginning to end, but I do get that some of you are wanting to do some type of business that helps others in this sort of way that makes their life more calm, or makes, like I said, the spices tastier, just better, just make life better for other people by offering these types of maybe essential oils. It could be some of you doTERRA oils, like lavender, like I was saying before. It could be that some of you are holistic practitioners. I mean, the list goes on and on, but it's funny that comes of this card too. And when I look at this card, of course, he's on this horse and he's moving quickly. I am, though, truly getting, I heard the word Kentucky Derby. So it might be, I believe, I want to say that's before summer. Or is it summer? April, May, June-ish. So it might be that's a time for you to really take those plans into a swifter action. Reevaluate then as well as you are now. Take another look around that time frame. I want to say May, but again, the word Kentucky Derby came up, so it's just like that time frame. Okay. Yeah, you're feeling very, very assertive. So this is about your money. The wands are. This is about your thinking. And then the third card is about, this is about your work, your thinking, and your money. You got the 9 of Pentacles. So this is basically happy home, happy family, feeling accomplishment after doing a lot of work, achievement. It's not that you've been laying around doing nothing. Sagittarius, it feels like you have been putting a lot of work forth. Through self-accomplishment. You're enjoying financial security. So it feels like some of you guys will by the end of January, and then I'm getting throughout spring too. So these cards, while they do represent January, some of them tend to flow over into other months. And I normally don't get that. If you've been watching me or listening to me for very long, you know that I normally don't go into next month, but it's happened a couple times here in January, and I don't doubt that. We're at the beginning of a new year, so maybe the cards are wanting to speak for now and for second, third quarter. But, it does feel like you've put in a lot of work. This is a salamander right here. I don't know if you can see this on the ledge right there as the kids are playing. And the salamander represents connections and manifesting goals. So this guy he's proud of what he's done. I mean, I feel like you're proud of the work you do. And it feels like you're proud of what you've started here. And your thinking has been in line with what you've wanted to accomplish. And then you reap the benefits of the rewards. And again, this may not be January. It may be the start of it. I do hear a cha-ching. So it's like a cash, old-time cash register sound. And I am seeing money and coins, basically, like the pentacles are. So you may start to see some financial gains or hear about promotion or something like that towards the end of January. But again, it's flowing over until, so this might be a card of, things to come. The 9 is always about completion of. So it's like you completed some good business ventures and you start to see the money come in. And I always look at this and it's like a knitting wheel or a wheel a knitting wheel. But to me, it could be the Wheel of Fortune too, in this particular card. So I'm looking at how they're laid out or how they face each other. And this guy's you're really looking towards building a foundation for yourself and your family. Some of you, I mean, I don't know who want to be doing that anyway, but a lot of you, that's been on your mind. And again, with Saturn in your chart so much that could very well be the case. Saturn makes us work. It's a taskmaster. So let's pull some clarification cards and see what comes up for you guys. I'm using this deck, by the way. This is Hanson Roberts for clarification. And look what comes up. Okay, that's awesome. This is the Wheel of Fortune in a different deck. Now, this is not the Wheel of Fortune here, but remember I was talking about how this card reminds me, or this wheel reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune card? Well, it came up in the Hanson Roberts deck. So this is a positive time for you. It's right. It feels like right now to make changes, to make moves. And I say right now, of course, again, we are in Mercury retrograde, but in January, maybe second, third week, life is not always positive. We have the ups, we have the downs. We've seen some hard times. We see some good times, but this is a time for you, Sagittarius, to look forward, to take some forward movement. Let's see what else comes up. That's cool. I like that. Wow, the Ace of Rods. Okay, so new beginnings in your career or new beginnings in your work, creative inspiration come up. Yeah, that's awesome. That's exactly what we were talking about. This is a 1 year. So it's an ace. So it's new ideas that you have, new beginnings for you. You've had some rough times. You've not always felt like that you were interested in what you're doing or what's going on with your at home. Maybe there's 3 cups that are full and there's another cup that's angelically being given to this person. And they're looking away like, I'm not interested. I'm restless. And I feel like it's because you all want to be more creative. Maybe your left brain have been working on you've been working on the computer a lot or doing a lot of financials or taxes. You're starting taxes early or you're looking at your bottom line after the holidays and going, oh my. But I feel like, I'm going to say 2 things, especially with her coat on, feels like the winter, of course, in the Northern Hemisphere. And a lot of you are looking at, I forgot the other thing I was going to say, but it feels indicative of now, of winter time. And then also like you are looking at your finances and you need a little bit of a break from that. Some of you need to have some fun. Even if over the holidays, you enjoyed your time. I feel like you need some of your own time, Sagittarius. Something you can do on your own. Whether that's, sometimes people go play golf. And again, it may not be the weather, but maybe you can find a beautiful day, take off, or Saturday or Sunday or whenever you have off and play golf or go to the park, do something that you love. The Hermit in reverse comes up. So this usually means, going out on your inner path, looking inside yourself. And yet walking outside, you see, this is what it looks like straight up. So he's outside, but he's looking inwardly. Does that make sense? In another deck, I believe it's this deck, this older, wiser guy is walking out of his home. He's walking on a path, but he has his lantern. And so he's looking for new choices within himself, but he needs nature to help him out. And as you can see, this lantern has the pentacle on it, or what looks like a pentacle. It kind of does, doesn't it? And he has a staff in his hand, so that could be like a rod. So how can you be more, what makes you excited about getting up in the morning and doing what you do? What makes you excited about your work or your home or your family? Looking internally. Let's see what else comes up for you, Sagittarius. Well, the King of Pentacles. All right, well, the King of Pentacles can be a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. He's a master at making money. He's a master of his property and his home. His health is good. He feels abundant. This could be someone around you that is a big influence on you. It's interesting this time too, I'm seeing this king in two ways. I am seeing a little bit of a frown on his face. So if it's someone who's been getting after you to, I don't know if it's work harder or do more around the house or stop bad habits, or maybe a boss or superior. But I'm seeing this person as being a little bit bossy or giving you advice, maybe unsolicited advice. And the Strength card. So the universe is calling out for you to be strong. This is the woman who has the inner wisdom with her lion, who's very passionate. And the two of them together can create or do create strength. It's inner wisdom, which is third chakra, with the second chakra. And together, like I said, and you can see the orange, a little bit of the yellow. The lion looks yellow. The sky is yellow. There's infinity. So maybe that's what it is. With your inner strength and your creativity, you can create some big goals for yourself. Financial goals, secure goals. All right, going to pull one more. Well, the Nine of Rods comes up. So some of you have felt protective or needed to stand up for what you're doing. I don't know if this is to a spouse. Maybe you've had to say, hey, wait a minute. This is what I want to do. And even if it's not making a ton of money right now, it may. This guy looks like he's been in battle, so he's had to really protect himself and what he's put out in the world. So this could be at work or this could be at home. See, he has his gloves on, so he's ready to say, hey, you're not coming into my territory. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm doing a good job. All right, Sagittarius, so let's add up the original 3 cards. And I'm going to do this both numerologically and match them to whatever major arcana card that the number aligns with. So we have the 2, 3, and 9 is 12. And 1 and 2 and 3 is 3. And 3 in numerology is about hope, optimism. It's, when the sun comes out, especially after, you've had in some parts of the world, it stays cloudy, or it can during this time of year, especially. And when the sun comes out, it feels so warm and inviting. And it's like almost we want to communicate with other people more. We want to be around other people and express ourselves. And that's what I feel like that you're going to be doing, is a lot of expressing what you want. I mean, she's really clarifying her ventures. He's taking action on the outline, and then you see results here. Again, you've worked hard. The 3 in the major arcana cards is the Empress card. And the Empress card is the typical mother figure. And so you may have a mother figure around you, or someone who's very nurturing and loving. May also be the birth of a baby or grandchild or child project. It may be the birth of a project. And again, I feel like that's a lot of it, because that's what this card right here indicates, the birth of a new project. And again, this feels to me like it just flows into like mid to third quarter and fourth quarter, but especially third quarter.